I got a big old house right over the hill. I got my folks bringing it on $1 million bill. I got lots of cars that go so
If you've been following the show, last week you would have seen we started with the C10 build. Now this is a 70s C10 Chevy truck that we're building for a company named Prestone. It's a new antifreeze that's launching in South Africa. Now in last week's episode, we started with a whole strip down of the truck. The body went up to Art Garage so Tehran and these guys can basically start on body fabrication, filling up holes, getting all the things done that we need to do. The chassis came back into the shop. Now Will and them are going to start by cleaning off this entire chassis. We need to basically prep this thing and get this thing ready for air ride. But before we can really get into this project, we need to do a little bit of smooching. Holtz has actually brought out this new Pro range. Now it's brake cleaners and carb cleaners and all the great products. They've come into the shop to show us exactly how this stuff works.
My name's Bruce Ellis. I'm the Global Technical Director for Holtz. Come down here to see the guys at Bullet Custom, show them how the products work, because I develop the products, I know how they work, I know how they've been tested, and that's crap.
This is the carb off of the 350 Chevy. She's quite nasty.
Yeah. She's going to need a clean, right?
Yeah, proper clean. I mean,
Okay.
you guys have the Holtz carb cleaner.
Absolutely.
Now, how does this work? I mean, we all know we're cleaning carbs, but I mean, what's the process of actually going in here?
Well, the problem you've got is that the fuel's been going through there for a load of years, been mixing with the air, and what that does over time is it creates gummy deposits, varnishes on the inside, and that's going to starve the vehicle, okay? So what you're going to do is clean all that out, and that's where Holtz Carb Cleaner comes in, okay? That's going to dissolve all those deposits.
So that basically, so as you're spraying it, that goes into the little holes, into the jets and stuff, and cleans up the jets and stuff perfectly.
Exactly. And you've got to get a really powerful cleaner, and that's where Holtz Carb Cleaner is just superior to anything else that's in the market.
All right. Shall we give it a try?
Let's do it. That's it. Work it all the way in.
Oh wow, look at that, eh? I mean,
Yeah, you don't want to drink the stuff, okay? 40 years of dirt, literally seconds to clean. The thing is, buddy, we've been developing these products for, nearly 100 years. And the new Holtz EGR and carb cleaner has that dual use, so you can use it on diesel motors as well. Because EGRs is a serious problem. You've got all that carbonaceous deposit, all that soot that's in there from the exhaust gases as they get recirculated. Does the same job.
check there. Oh, that's just build up, hey?
Yeah, it's already taken it off.
So we can just... All right. That one can go back on. And we can do the other side. And then the carb's done. I think it's time we clean up our brakes. I mean, it's not often you see spider webs on brakes, is it?
Nope, it's obviously been sat for a while.
Quite a while. You guys have a product to clean up our brakes, don't we?
Of course. It's the staple of any workshop. Holtz brake cleaner. That'll do the job for you.
Where's the can? We need that.
Can't read Portuguese?
I can't read Portuguese at all. Okay, so this is your brake cleaner.
Yeah.
All right. So what does this do actually on the brake?
Fundamentally, if you're working on a newer vehicle, it's going to come stored with an oil. You need to take that oil film off before you use it, obviously, because it's dangerous if you didn't. But for a project like this, all of the brake dust is going to be gummed up in there. You want to get that right in there and clean up the caliper, clean up the disc. Okay, so this is dissolving all of the dirt and grease that is built up over the time. It gets stuck between the pad and the disc, the rotor. And it's a very powerful degreaser. In fact, you'll find yourself using it on everything in the workshop, believe me.
Look at that. It dries out immediately.
Oh, that is one of the key features. It dries so quickly.
It seriously does.
It's a very, very quick evaporating product. Very fun.
Took the grass out and the spider webs.
The spiders have all gone.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So it's all clean.
Excellent.
Perfect.
What's next?
I have no idea.
I got a big old house right over the hill. I got my folks bringing it on $1 million bill. I got lots of cars. I go so fast. I got heaps of cash coming out of my hands. I ain't lying. No, 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 I ain't lying. No, 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 I ain't lying, baby.
Now we can actually get back to work. So the chassis is now being brought in, and now we start by cleaning up everything on this thing. Every part has to be repainted and checked. We're using the new Holtz paint range, which is really brilliant. You can actually like paint upside down. You really got to go try this product out. And the covering and stuff is actually really good. Next is the air ride. Now, if you don't know how air ride works, here's a very quick explanation. We take the springs. We take the springs out of the car. Now what that does is basically so when you press up and down, the car basically moves and the pump actually. We take the springs out of the car and we replace them with airbags. So when you push the button to go up, the pump builds up the pressure into the bottle pressure into the bags, and it lifts the car up. So after a few weeks, the chassis is completely painted, everything is checked, the air ride is in and is working like a dream. Next big step is wheels. When it came to the wheels, my only option was to go to Mark Kaplan from MK1. He came up with a set of 20-inch dubs that actually just works beautifully. It is one of the most beautiful wheels I've ever seen. It's just so shiny. Oh, pretty. If you don't know dub, go Google, because that stuff's cool, bro. Yokohama then hooked us up with a set of 275/45 20s. Big, wide. This thing is really going to set this car off. With the color choice we've got going on, this thing's going to look absolutely insane. When it comes to wheels, there's a tip that I want to put out there. If you buy a car, especially an old car, and you want to put a bigger set of wheels on it, work on your offset. Your offset is basically where the wheel sits compared to the center hub. Always try and tuck your wheels into your fender. Never ever raise a car in order to get your wheels to turn into the front. It just always looks horrible. It's like your car becomes like a wannabe 4x4, but it's just emotionally scarred and sad. So yeah, it's not the way to go. When it comes to wheels, I always go to the guys from MK1. Mark Kaplan has helped me with so many sets of wheels on cars, it's not even funny. You can actually see them in the magazine. MK1 has got a wide range of wheels. They do chip, foos, US wheels, US mags, Conningtons, dubs, Detroit steel. I mean, the line is absolutely endless. For the widest range of wheels in South Africa, call the guys from MK1. I'm sure they're going to help you out. Next on the list is wiring. You would have seen in the show, I always use a guy named Abraham from First Auto. We don't always import looms from the state. We like actually making up our own looms. That way, I can exactly pinpoint what I want where and how I want it. Because I mean, we don't always follow the guidelines of how things used to be. Abraham is a master when it comes to a car. So he comes in and lays out the entire wire harness inside the frame so it gets nicely tucked and it's out the way. You don't have to see anything. We have got the chassis done, we have got the air ride done, we have got the wheels on there, we have got the wiring system done, we got to get the motor going, and we need the body. I wonder how far the body is going.